Good. There we go. Okay. Finally everything was connecting. Great. All right, guys. Well, welcome to class. It's good to have you here. Sorry about the delay at the beginning. Things were kind of moving slowly and getting in order. Very good. Let's see who we have in class here right now. Hi there, Amparo. How are you?
Hi, teacher. Good morning. I'm doing well. What
Good
about you?
morning. I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you. Good to have you here. Anna, how are you? Welcome to class.
Thank you, teacher. I'm doing well. Thank
Very
you.
nice.
I'm looking forward to having a great grade. To having a great grade.
Very good. Very good. All right, Julieta, how are you?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine, thanks.
Very nice. Very nice. Good to see you again. Heidi? Heidi, you changed your picture.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Hi, nice to see you again. All right, and Niels Martin. Niels, how you doing?
Fine, thank you. It's good afternoon here.
Excellent. And you're from Denmark, I would imagine?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know I have the same last name? My family's from Denmark as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a common name in Denmark, this.
It's a very, very common name out there. There's hundreds and thousands of Hansens.
Yeah.
Very good. I can figure somewhere along the line we're related someplace. Someplace.
Yeah.
All right. Good to have you here. Let's see here. Paco, how you doing, Paco?
Hello, teacher. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Okay. And Ksenia.
Ksenia.
How are you?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm fine, thank you.
Good, good. Ksenia, where are you from?
I'm from Russia.
From Russia? Okay. Great, great. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get started. Let me give you the story. Usually I have it up already, but we had an issue. Okay. Okay, so here's the story we're going to take a look at. It's in the Verbling chat. I'm also placing it in the Google chat right now. Okay. All right. Okay, this hour we're going to start off with Amparo over on the left. Okay, and we'll be talking a little bit about Darwin today. So, all right, Amparo, let's have you start us off reading from the beginning down to unborn fetus, please.
Okay. You are most basically a blend of your biological parents. Your genetic material is a combination of their genetic material. A human typically has 46 chromosomes that contain his or her DNA, commonly referred to as genes. 23 chromosomes are provided by the maternal egg and 23 chromosomes are provided by the paternal sperm. Whether fertilization, the combining of an egg and a sperm cell, happens naturally or in a laboratory setting, the egg and sperm must be added together. Is fertilized with a complete set of genetic material, will it begin to divide and grow into an unborn fetus?
Okay, very good. Nice job. Let's take a look here at this part here. So we're looking at the word divide. Oh, so this one, let me select like that. So divide. Okay, a good V and a D at the end. Okay, we're working on grow as well. So you'd lengthen that word out. So let's shorten it up. Grow instead of grow. Okay, so let's try this sentence here. We're going to say, will it begin to divide and grow into an unborn fetus?
Will it begin to divide and grow into an unborn fetus?
Okay. All right. One more time. Instead of growed in, okay, and on that O in. Grow in. Grow into. Try this part right here. Grow into an unborn fetus.
Grow into an unborn fetus.
Okay. Very good. Let's go to the word egg. Okay. Give me a G sound instead of a D. Okay. So egg. Try that.
Egg.
Good. So only once the egg is fertilized.
Only once the egg is fertilized.
Okay. Very good. And the only other part here is 23. Okay, give me a good THR here. 23.
23.
Good. 23 chromosomes.
23 chromosomes.
Good job. All right, nice job with that THR. That was good. Okay, thank you. All right, let's go to Anna. Okay, Anna, let's have you read from this combination. Okay, finish this this page and read down to. Let's see here. Let me have you read down to here where it says South coastlines of South America. Right to this comma, please.
All right. This combination of two incomplete sets of genetic materials accounts for trait variation and change, or evolution, across a sexually reproducing population. Charles Darwin, an English naturalist who lived and studied during the 19th century, was among the first scientists to observe and identify this phenomenon. For Darwin, his observations were ultimately clarified on a globe-spanning voyage aboard the HMS Her Majesty's ship, Beagle. It was Captain Robert Fitzroy who brought Darwin on board for what was in fact the second voyage of the Beagle, from December 27th, 1831 to October 2, 1836. The Beagle's mission was to survey the coastlines of South America.
Okay, very good. All right, let's go to the word coastlines. So instead of coastlines, put the stress at the very beginning. Coastlines.
Coastlines.
Okay, very good. And let's go to the word mission. Instead of mission, okay, give me a short I. Mission.
Mission.
Okay, good. The Beagle's mission was to survey.
The Beagle's mission was to survey.
Okay, good. Next up, we have the word, let's see here, voyage. Okay, so on this word here, the AGE at the very end is actually pronounced as an IJ. Voyage.
Voyage.
Good, yeah, so we don't want to say voyage, but voyage. Okay, good.
Voyage.
Good, next up we have ultimately. Okay.
Ultimately.
Good, all right, so we're going to say, his observations were ultimately clarified.
His observations were ultimately clarified.
Okay, one more time. His observations were ultimately clarified.
His observations were ultimately clarified.
Okay, very good. Next up is Darwin itself. Okay, so this is going to be an oo sound right here in the middle. Okay, instead of saying Darwin with a V sound, it's Darwin. Darwin.
Darwin.
There you go. That's much better. Okay. Next, we have the word naturalist right here. Naturalist.
Naturalist.
Okay, very good. Okay, here, this word is pronounced sexually, so the stress is at the very beginning.
Sexually.
Good. So a sexually reproducing population. Try that.
A sexually reproducing population.
Okay, good. And our last one here, genetic. At the end of genetic, you added an extra sound, saying genetique. Okay,
right.
So take off the eh sound there. So sets of genetic materials.
Okay. Sets of genetic materials.
Okay, yeah, good. Let's try it again. Stop on that K or on that C sound there. Okay, so sets of genetic materials.
Sets of genetic materials.
Okay, that's pretty good. All right, thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
Okay, good. All right, let's go to. Let's see here, Julieta. Okay,
Yes.
Julieta, let's have you continue from in order to render. Finish this paragraph and read down to here where it says species of finches, please.
In order to render more accurate charts and maps, Darwin took advantage of these trips to explore the South American island and catalog the various flora and fauna plant and animal life, and various geological conditions. And the Beagle's visit to the Galapagos Islands proved to be the most important for Darwin's studies. It was on the various Galapagos Islands that Darwin first noted what are now classically referred to as Darwin's finches. He originally referred to these birds in scattered notes as either mockingbirds or wrens. It was only after his return to England and consultation with other scientists that Darwin came to understand these birds as different species of finches.
Okay, very good. All right, let's go to the word scientists. Okay, so we're going to bounce on that STS at the end. Scientists.
Scientists.
There you go. Good. All right, so let's try this. And consultation with other scientists.
And consultation with other scientists.
Good. Nice job. Next, we have the word noted. Right here, instead of noted, this is noted.
Noted.
Okay. Okay, so this is Darwin first noted what are now classically referred to. Try that.
Darwin first noted what are now classically referred to.
Okay, give me a good R on referred, which are now classically referred to.
What are now classically referred to.
Okay, better. Okay, let's hit the S on the end of islands. Islands.
Islands.
Okay, good. Right here we have the word various. Various.
Various.
Okay, good. So up here, okay, let's go to American. Give me a good R here instead of South American. South American.
South American.
Good. So to explore the South American inland.
To explore the South American inland.
Okay, very good. And okay, we have the word accurate right here instead of accurate. Okay, let's pronounce a short I and a T. Accurate.
Accurate.
Okay, very good. All right, and last one here is the R on render instead of render. Render. Okay, so in order to render more accurate charts and maps.
In order to render more accurate charts and maps.
Good. All right, nice job. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, let's go to Heidi.
Yes.
Okay, Heidi, please read from this clarifying point. Finish this paragraph. Okay, and let's have you read down to here where it says trees, perched in trees, please.
This clarifying point led Darwin to reconsider his findings and ultimately arrive at his most compelling conclusions regarding variation and evaluation. Darwin gave special attention to the different beaks among these different species of finches. He considered how a certain beak might be better suited for consuming a specific type of food. For example, a larger beak might be better suited for cracking seeds and nuts with harder shells that may fall to the ground. Smaller and more nimble beaks might be better suited for catching insects quickly in mid-air. He also noted that larger finches tended to be found foraging for food on the ground, while smaller finches stayed perched in trees.
Okay, good job. Much better job with the word fall and small. Okay, smaller and okay. So those all sounds are sounding really good this time. Okay, nice. Okay, let's take a look at 4 words. Okay, first up, instead of potched, okay, give me an sound here. Perched, perched in trees.
Perched.
Okay, good. One more time. Perched, perched in trees.
Perched in trees.
Okay, very good. Next up, we have the word consuming right here. Instead of consuming, it's consuming.
Consuming.
Okay, very good. All right, so might be better suited for consuming a specific type of food. Try that.
Might be better suited for consuming a specific type of food.
So instead of specific, it's specific, a specific type of food.
Specific type of food.
Okay, that's good. Much better with consuming, pronouncing that kun. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with consider and reconsider. Okay, so let's work on reconsider here. So, led Darwin to reconsider his findings.
Led Darwin to consider his findings.
To reconsider his findings.
Led Darwin to reconsider his findings.
Okay, let's try that one more time. So in between his and findings, connect the S and the F. His findings. So led Darwin to reconsider his findings.
Led Darwin to consider his findings.
Okay, to reconsider.
To reconsider.
There we go. Okay, and your last one here is clarifying. Okay, so give me a good CL and a good R. Clarifying.
Clarifying.
Good. One more time. Clarifying.
Clarifying.
Okay. Nice job. Nice job. All right. Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you.
Okay. Perched in trees. All right. Let's go to Ksenia.
Yes.
All right. Ksenia, please continue from when Darwin. Finish this paragraph and read down to here where it says successful life, please.
When Darwin turned his mind to questions of why each bird has been bestowed with these particular features and habits, he ultimately began to formulate his theory of natural selection. Darwin understood each human to be a product of his or her parents. He recognized that a child, while resembling each parent, has a varied collection of the traits both parents manage to pass on. On that capacity of variation, Darwin saw potential for adoption. If Finch offspring were endowed with more adventurous traits, a larger beak perhaps better at cracking seeds and have fallen to ground, then that particular bird would live a more successful life.
Okay, nice job. All right, let's go to the word better. Let's see here, right here. Okay, give me a good ER at the end of the word instead of beta. Better.
Better.
Good. So, better at cracking seeds. Try that.
Better at cracking seeds.
Okay, good. Next up, we have the word adaptation. Adaptation.
Adaptation.
Okay, good. One more time. Adaptation.
Adaptation.
Okay, good. Next up, we have the word varied. Okay, so a couple of things here. Give me a good V at the beginning and a long E sound at the end instead of varied. Okay, it's varied. Varied.
Varied.
Good. One more time. Has a varied collection.
Has a varied collection.
Okay, good. Next, we have the word theory right here. Theory.
Theory.
Okay, to formulate his theory of natural selection.
To formulate his theory of natural selection.
Okay, instead of natural, natural. Natural selection.
Natural selection.
Okay, and your last one here is the word turned. Okay, the UR here, instead of being toned, it's like her, turned.
Turned.
Darwin turned his mind to questions.
Darwin turned his mind to questions.
Good. All right, nice job. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, let's continue. All right, let's go to Niels.
Yeah.
All right, Niels, please continue with a greater greater inherent ability. Finish this page. Okay. Read this next paragraph and come down to Let's see here. 5. Come down to here, to this comma where it says a natural laboratory, please.
Just move the page a bit up again, yeah. With a greater inherent ability to consume food, that particular finch would stand a greater chance of living long enough to find a mate and produce offspring of its own. Thus, the advantageous variation would be passed on. As a population accumulates advantageous variations across generations, this piecemeal process builds into what is called speciation. The evolutionary process, called survival of the fittest, results in the formation of a new species. Evolutionary scientists have over the years come to appreciate how serendipitous and an event Darwin's visit to the Galapagos Islands was. We might go as far as to consider the Galapagos Islands a natural laboratory.
Okay, nice job. So I saved this part for you, so you got all of the big words. Okay, you got the really big ones this time around. Okay, all right, good job. All right, let's see here. This word here is pronounced serendipitous. Serendipitous.
Serendipitous.
Okay, good. So, come to appreciate just how serendipitous an event Darwin's visit to the Galapagos Islands was. Try that.
Come to appreciate just how serendipitous an event Darwin's visit to the Galapagos Islands was.
Okay, very good. Next up we have, okay, so over. Okay, now I leaned off of a lot of your vowels because Denmark has a high influence from England there. Okay, so I'm leaning off of a lot of your vowels. This was the only one that had more of a change to it. Okay, so this vowel here at the beginning is over, over.
Over, over.
Okay, give me a V sound. V, over.
Over, over.
Okay, that's pretty good. So evolutionary, so we have a few V's right in a row here. So evolutionary scientists have over the years. Try that.
Evolutionary scientists have over the years.
Okay, instead of O, over, O. Go right to an O sound. Over.
Have over the years. Over the years.
Okay, that's better. That's better. Okay, the V still needs a little bit of work, but you're almost there. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Next up is results. Okay, instead of results, results. Give me Z sounds here. Results.
Results.
Z, results.
Results.
That's good. That's a good one. Okay. All right. Let's go to speciation. Speciation.
Speciation.
Okay. Speciation.
Speciation.
Okay. Very nice. And your last one here is this big guy. Advantageous. Advantageous.
Advantageous.
Okay.
Advantageous.
Good. So the advantageous variation would be passed on.
The advantageous variation would be passed on.
Okay. Good job. Nice. Thank you. Okay. All right. Let's continue. Let's see here. Paco, you are next.
All right.
All right, Paco, let's have you continue from perfectly suited. And go ahead and finish up the paragraph, distinguishing itself, please.
All right. Perfectly suited to observe the various results of evolutionary processes, we must first reconsider the phenomenon of variations across a population being passed on through subsequent generations. If the population is very large or in close proximity to and can interbreed with other populations of the same species, advantageous traits must trickle down over many generations before a critical number of individuals can be cast as a distinct species. However, if the population is small and isolated, only able to breed amongst itself, then advantageous variations might only be passed down through relatively few subsequent generations before a new species distinguishes itself.
Okay, very good. Let's take a look here. Okay, so this is going to be species distinguishes itself. So add those S's here on the end. A new species distinguishes itself.
A new species distinguishes itself.
All right, this is a fun one. Okay, this is a tricky one. Okay, so a new species. In fact, I hate the word species. I hate saying the word. It's just a terrible word to say. Okay, so let's try it. Let's try through this nice and slow, especially when we're working from the S into the itself. Okay, so a lot of S's here. A new species distinguishes itself.
A new species distinguishes itself.
There you go. That's much better. Nice job. Okay, this word here, instead of subsequent, okay, the word is pronounced subsequent. Subsequent.
Subsequent.
Okay. Good. All right, next up, instead of isolated, this is isolated.
Isolated.
Good. So if the population is small and isolated.
If the population is small and isolated.
Okay, good. Next up, we have advantageous. Advantageous.
Advantageous.
Okay, now the E-O-U-S here at the end, we don't say advantageous, it's advantageous. It's one vowel sound there, even though there's three. It's one vowel sound, just. Advantageous.
Advantageous.
Okay, very good. And it's the same, you guys. Whenever you see an O-U-S at the end of a word, it's only us. Okay, we don't say O's or anything like that. It's only one vowel sound. If there's an E or an I right here, same thing. Just. Okay, that's how we say it. Okay. All right, let's go to this word here, proximity. Proximity.
Proximity.
Okay, very good. Next up is here at the beginning, because I did subsequent down there. So here, this word, instead of suited, okay, this is suited. Perfectly suited to observe.
Perfectly suited to observe.
One more time. Perfectly suited to observe.
Perfectly suited to observe.
Okay. All right, very good. Thank you. Nice job.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, let's continue with Sabrina. Hi, Sabrina. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Sabrina, where are you from?
Brazil.
Brazil. Okay, good. Let's have you continue from the Galapagos Islands. Okay, and read down to coastline of off course, please.
Okay. The Galapagos Islands provided the perfect environment for accelerated evolution and speciation in Darwin's finches. The populations were small and, perhaps most importantly, isolated from mainland South America. This allowed sexual reproduction and individual cases of mutation to introduce advantageous traits and disadvantageous traits that would not be diffused across a very large population. Darwin noted specifically that while of distinctly different species, the finches of the Galapagos bore some resemblance to the finches of mainland South America. Perhaps a strong wind blew ancestral finches flying along South America's coastline, of course.
Okay, yeah, that last part is going to be off course.
Of course.
Okay, instead of cos, core. Give me an R sound. Core, course.
Course.
Okay, very good. Okay, let's go to here, this word, finches. Give me the ES at the end, finches.
Finches.
There you go, finches. So let's try this here. A strong wind blew, okay, ancestral finches.
A strong wind blew ancestral finches.
Ancestral. Ancestral. A strong wind blew ancestral finches.
A strong wind blew ancestral finches.
There you go. Good, good. Next is specifically, right here. So instead of saying S specifically, okay, focus on the S at the beginning. Specifically.
Specifically.
Okay. Okay, so the other thing here is that the A at the end of the word, we do not pronounce that. So instead of saying specifically, it's specifically. Specifically.
Specifically.
Good. All right, so let's try this. Darwin noted specifically that.
Darwin noted specifically that.
Okay, one more time. Specifically.
Specifically.
Okay, all right, very good. Let's go to our two favorite words for the day. We have advantageous and disadvantageous. Okay, so advantageous traits and disadvantageous traits. Try that.
Advantageous traits and disadvantageous traits.
Yeah, open up your mouth. Open up your mouth. You're saying the words with your mouth closed. Disadvantageous. Okay. Open the mouth for those vowels. Okay, and the consonants. Disadvantageous.
Disadvantageous.
Okay, you're almost there. Let's take off the dis. We're just going to say advantageous. Open up your mouth. Advantageous.
Advantageous.
There you go. That's better. That's better. Okay. All right. Let's go to the word isolated. So instead of isolated, okay, give me an unvoiced S sound. Isolated.
Isolated.
Okay. Good. Good. All right. And here we have the word accelerated. Accelerated.
Accelerated.
Okay, give me a good R there instead of accelerated. Accelerated.
Accelerated.
Okay, almost. So what you're doing, you're pronouncing a hard R sound right here. Accelerated. Yeah. Okay, so it's accelerated.
Accelerated.
There you go. And the last one here, you said perfectly. Okay, there isn't an ly on the end, so this is the perfect environment. The perfect environment.
The perfect environment.
There you go. Okay, nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go back up to the top here with Amparo. All right, Amparo, let's have you read. Okay, let's have you finish this off. So, disoriented, sorry. 1, 2, 6. Okay, so we're doing 6 here. So, disoriented down to offspring, please. Yeah, I said that very, very Spanish. Yeah. Go ahead.
The disoriented ancestors ultimately found a home on the more recently formed volcanic island of the Galapagos. The newly settled population bred the individuals among subsequent generations that were fitter or better adapted to certain conditions of the population's new home. Continued the breeding process, and thus the new species evolved. Those individuals that inherited disadvantageous traits, given environmental stressors, stood a greater chance of dying off before they could reproduce and pass the traits on to their offspring.
Okay, very good. All right, let's practice offspring. Give me a good FS, offspring.
Offspring.
Okay, almost. So you're skipping over the S sound, so it's offspring.
Offspring.
There you go. That's hard, huh? Yeah, one more time. Offspring.
Offspring.
Ooh, okay, so yeah, so
Offspring.
there you go. Okay, nice and slow through there. Offspring.
Of
Okay, yeah, the last one it broke up just a little bit. Yeah, but just when you're working through there on this particular word, get to that S and hold it, and then move on to the rest of the word. Okay,
offspring.
there you go. Okay, give me a good V sound in environmental. Environmental.
Environmental.
There you go. Okay. Here, our stress is disadvantageous. So it's at the towards the end of it. Disadvantageous.
Disadvantageous.
Good, good. Okay. Next up is okay. Right here, instead of thus, thus.
Thus.
Okay, and thus new species evolved.
And thus new species evolved.
Okay, very good. Next here we have the word fitter instead of feeder or feeder. Okay, fitter.
Fitter.
Good. So that we're fitter or better adapted.
That were fitter or better adapted.
Okay, good. And your last one is volcanic. Volcanic islands.
Volcanic islands.
Volcanic islands.
Volcanic islands.
Good. All right, nice job. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, let's go to our next story, you guys. This is here. Okay, it's in the Verbling chat box as well as the Google chat box. Okay, Anna, you are next. Let's have you read from modern technology down to people to use, please.
Okay. Modern technology can do some pretty incredible... sorry. I will get started again. Modern technology can do some pretty incredible things. It's possible, with current technological capabilities, to transmit digital information over long distances using coding and decoding processes without losing the contents of the original information. The best part is we don't have to do anything besides send the message and wait for it to be received. Consider, for instance, the cellular phone. It wasn't until the early 1980s that this mobile variation on the standard telephone was even available for people to use.
Okay, very good. Let's go to the word consider. Instead of consider, it's consider.
Consider.
Okay, very good. Next up, we have the word message instead of message. Okay, remember the E at the end of this word is silent. Message.
Message.
Good. Okay, so besides send the message, please.
Besides send the message.
Okay, very good. Next up is capabilities instead of capabilities. Capabilities.
Capabilities.
Okay, give me a long E at the very end instead of capabilities. Capabilities.
Capabilities.
Okay, that's pretty good. And our last one here is technological. Technological.
Technological.
Good. All right, nice job. Thank you. Okay, next up is Julieta. Okay, yes. Please continue from now, it seems. Finish this paragraph and read down to, let's have you read down to cellular network, please.
Now it seems like everyone has a cell phone, sending and receiving information in speedy ways invisible to the human eye. There is so much going on below the surface of what we can see when we use our cell phones. One difference between a mobile phone and a traditional landline telephone is You can move the cell phone just about anywhere geographically and still use it to talk to other phone users. No matter how far away you are from someone you call, you can usually still understand each other's voices over the phone thanks to radio waves and something called a cellular network.
Okay, very good, very good. Let's go to the word voices. Okay, so instead of voices, voices. Give me a good S sound at the very on that C. Voices.
Voices.
Okay, good. Let's go to the word still. Okay, you can usually still understand instead of steal, it's short I, still.
You can usually still understand.
Okay, good. This word here, instead of graphically, it's graphically. Okay, so skip over the A. Graphically.
Geographically.
Sorry, geographically. Yeah, one more time. Geographically.
Geographically.
Okay, very good. Next up is traditional. Short I here instead of traditional. It's traditional landline.
Traditional landline.
Okay, very good. Same sort of thing here instead of difference. Difference.
Difference.
Okay, good. Right here, instead of surface, it's surface.
Surface.
Okay,
surface.
so below the surface of what we can see.
Below the surface of what we can see.
Okay, good. And the last one for you is the H sound on human.
Human.
Good. Okay. Invisible to the human eye.
Invisible to the human eye.
Good. All right. Nice job. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Let's go to Heidi.
Yes.
Okay, Heidi, please continue from it took many evolutions. And yeah, finish this paragraph down to what here's what is said, please.
Okay. It took many evolutions in phone technology to get where we are today, but the current cell phone wirelessly transmits information by connecting to a cellular network. Mobile phone operators provide these cellular networks, which function with the help of cell phone towers. And then calls are made over what is known as a radio link. Through this process, information is, in this case, voice input. It's broken down and reassembled over the radio link, so the person on the other end instantaneously hears what is said.
Good job. Yeah, instantaneously. Nice job with that one. Good. Let's go to provide. Give me a good V sound here. Provide.
Provide.
Good, good. And here we have mobile. Mobile.
Mobile.
Good. So we're going to say mobile cell phone operators provide these cellular networks.
Mobile phone operators provide these cellular networks.
Okay, cellular.
Cellular. It's difficult.
Yeah, that one's a hard one for you, huh? Okay,
cellular.
Cellular. So, yeah, slow it down just a little bit. Cellular.
Cellular.
Okay, yeah, you're almost there. The L's are coming out now. Okay, one more time. Cellular.
Cellular.
Okay, yeah, this would be a good one for you to practice. And this is probably the reason why we just say cell. So in normal English, we just say cell networks.
Yeah.
Okay, it's much easier, much easier. Okay, let's go to this word here. Instead of connecting, it's connecting.
Connecting.
Okay, very good. And our last one here, instead of evolutions, it's short E, evolutions.
Evolution.
Okay, nice job. Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to Ksenia.
Yes, Xenia.
All right, please continue from, in other words, finish this paragraph and read down to, go ahead and finish up this other one. So, but written content, please.
Okay. In other words, as you speak into the phone, your voice is converted into an electrical signal, transmitted in the form of a radio wave by these towers, and then converted back into the sound of your voice by the phone on the receiving end. All this happens in the blink of an eye, while chat over the phone without any distortion. The process of transmitting digital information is not exclusive to telephones. Computers are another instrument that can receive, decode, or convert information, though typically this information is not a person's voice, but written content.
Okay. There you go. I was about to say that. You caught yourself. Good job. Good job. Yeah. So content would be to be happy. Content is information. Okay. Good job. All right. Let's go to exclusive. So on this word here, give me a unvoiced S here instead of exclusive. Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Okay. So is not exclusive to telephones.
It's not exclusive to telephones.
Good, good. And the only other one here is, let's see here. Let me see how I would say this. I'm double thinking myself here. So I'm thinking of transmitted. Transmitted. You know what? I think we could say this either way. You had said transmitted in the form of radio waves. I think I would personally say transmitted in the form. No, I think this word can be said either way. Either way, so there isn't a really big difference. It's like if you were to say process or process, it's the same thing. Okay, so there's no big difference with transmitted. But when you got to here, yes, this is transmitting digital information. So the stress is on the end there. That's probably why I would put the S or the end on the end here as well. So yeah, everything else was pretty good. Just watch your S's every once in a while. The only other one that I noticed is here on the word receiving. Instead of saying receiving, receiving on the receiving end. Try that.
On the receiving end.
Good, yeah. So we had exclusive and receiving. Just watch those S sounds, okay? Nice job. Really good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, excellent. Let's go to Niels.
Yeah.
Okay, Niels, let's have you read from we may take down to the office or school, please.
We may take for granted the ease with which we can pass along information with computers and the internet, but many forces are hard at work processing information to make computers easier for us to use and communication more reliable. The first computer showed up around 1941, but it was much more limited in its capabilities than computers now. In fact, computers are everywhere. Sometimes they are so small we do not think of them as computers at all, though they serve the same function as the computers we have at home, the office or school.
Okay, very good. All right, let's take a look at 3 words here. First up, we have the word capabilities. Instead of capabilities, capabilities.
Capabilities.
Okay, good. Next up is the word, let's see here, with or the ease. Okay, so here, yes, this is easier. Same thing here. This is ease with the Z sound. The ease.
Ease with the ease.
Okay, okay. So the other one I want to work on is granted. So sometimes, Niels, when you are pronouncing a GR together, the R is changing into a U sound. So when you're saying this word, instead of saying granted, you're saying granted. Okay? So watch that R sound here. So it's going to be granted the ease.
Granted the ease. Granted.
Good. One more time. Yeah, granted the ease.
Granted the ease.
Good, that's much better. Okay. All right, nice job, Niels. Thank you. Okay, good. All right, let's go to Paco.
Yes?
All right, Paco, please continue from much like. Finish this paragraph and read this next one down to was developed, please.
Much like cellular telephones, computers were actually first used to transmit sensitive information across geographical spaces by the military at a point when government officials worried it would be possible to knock out a country's entire telephone grid. Computer engineers began finding ways to link the computers together in order to share information among them. This linking began with just a couple of computers and grew to the millions which connect regularly today. Ultimately, that's how what we know as the Internet was developed.
Okay, try that last word. Give me a T sound at the very end. Developed.
Developed.
Okay, very good. Let's go to the word regularly. Whoops, right here.
Regularly.
Yeah, so that's an EU sound. Okay, so let's try this. Give me a good CH. Okay, so this is which connect regularly today.
Which connect regularly today. Regularly today.
Good. All right. Let's practice the word grew instead of grew. Grew.
Grew?
Grew. Give me a good R. Grew. Okay.
Grew.
Now, one thing that's important to understand about the U sound in English, okay, and the difference between the U in English and the U in Spanish is that we have a final position on the U, okay. So right now, what you're saying is grew, okay, grew, and you're not closing your mouth towards the very end. So when you get to the end of that vowel, it's grew, and your lips close. Grew.
Grew.
So you start off normal. So in Spanish, it would just be ooh. Okay?
Yes.
Ooh. But for us, it's ooh. And so our lips come either open a little bit, and then it comes down more. Grew.
Grew.
Yes. Okay?
Very difficult to tell the difference.
I know, but I can hear the difference. Okay?
Yeah.
Because if it would be the same thing with for example, the word do. If you watch my lips when I say do versus do, okay? So in Spanish it would just be do, okay? We move our lips, do, and it's an ooh ending sound, okay? So yeah, it's the difference between the vowel sound there, okay? Let me take a look at a couple others here with you. Okay, so looking at the word share. Okay, so in order to share information, instead of shared information, share. Give me a good R sound.
In order to share information.
Good. Okay, this word here is pronounced engineers. Engineers.
Engineers.
Good. And your last one here is grid. Instead of greed, grid.
Grid.
Good. All right, nice job. Thank you. Okay, Sabrina, let's have you finish up for us, please. Please read from wireless. Wireless down to, and we're running out of time, so I'm going to have you read until network here, please.
Wireless computer networking is also similar to cellular phone, using that computers use the same networks our mobile phones use. While you speak into the telephone using your voice, you typically insert data into your computer by typing on the keyboard. You may decide to share information through an email or access information on a website by typing in or visiting what is known as a hyperlink. When you use the internet to share and access information, you connect to the relevant network.
Okay, very good. All right, let's go to the word information. Okay, ending on shun here at the end. Information.
Information.
Okay, one more time. Information.
Information.
Okay, good. Here, instead of it being email, okay, the stress is actually at the very beginning. It's an email.
Email.
Uh-huh. Okay, good, good. Next up, we have the word, I believe it's typically. Okay, so open up your mouth a little bit. Okay, at the very beginning, don't use a Brazilian T saying typically. Chip. Okay, it's typically.
Typically.
There you
Typically.
go. That's the T sound. So you typically insert data. Try that.
You typically insert data.
Okay, one more time. Typically. You typically insert data.
You typically insert data.
Okay, so you're almost there with typically. It's almost there. Okay, let's do one last word for you. This word here is networking. Okay, give me an ing sound here at the end. Networking.
Networking.
Good. All right, nice job. Okay, everyone. Thank you very much for coming into class. It was great having you here. I'll see you guys a little bit later. I have another class, but I believe it's beginning and intermediate reading. Okay. All right. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you.
Thanks. Take care. Bye.
Bye.